Hello everyone. In today's video, we will look at solving lead code problem number 6, zigzag conversion with optimal approach using simulation. Let's go over the question. The string PayPal is hiring is written in a zigzag pattern in a given number of rows like this and then read line by line like this. The task is to write the code that will take a string and make this conversion given a number of rows. Let's look at example 1 to understand the question better. Input string is PayPal is hiring. Number of rows is 3. When written in a zigzag fashion, it would look like this. And when you read this zigzag fashion line by line, then the expected output will be like this. Let's discuss on how to approach the problem. The most naive solution will be to use simulation. That is to imitate what question has asked for, which is the most optimal solution to this problem. Let's take this example test case where input string is Meta hired me and number of rows is 3. This is the expected output. And if you convert the input string to the zigzag conversion table, it would look like this. After you have converted the input string to this zigzag table, then we need to read the zigzag table row by row and create this expected output. For example, we'll read row 0 first, which would cover these 3 characters, then row 1, which would cover these 5 characters, and then row 2, which would cover these 3 characters. Let's visualize how the simulation approach will work on this test case. We will start by initializing zigzag to empty 2D array of 3 rows. Then we will start iterating character of input string s sequentially and append characters in zigzag 2D array in downward direction. We'll start iteration by pointing the pointer at character m. Next, we will append it in zigzag array in downward direction by appending in row 0. Then we will append e to row 1. Next, we will append character t to row 2. When we append in last row, which is row 2, we will change the direction of appending from downward to upward direction. We will append character a to row 1. Next, we will append character h to row 0. When we append in first row, which is row 0, we will change the direction of appending from upward to downward direction. We will append character I to row 1. We will append character R to row 2. Now we will change our direction from downward to upward. We will append character E to row 1. We will append character D to row 0. Now we will change our direction from upward to downward. We will append character M to row 1. We will append character E to row 2. We reached the end of the string S, so we will stop our iteration. If you observe carefully, the zigzag 2D array is same as zigzag conversion table that we saw previously. So now all we need to do is create output string by reading element in each row of zigzag 2D array. Let's code our solution. If nums rows equal to 1, then we will return input string as is. We will initialize row to 0 and direction to -1. -1 would represent appending the characters in upward direction. +1 would represent to append the characters in downward direction. Next, we will initialize zigzag 2D array whose inner elements will be empty array. We will write a for loop to iterate through all the characters in input string s. We will check if the current row is first row, then we will change our direction from upward to downward. If it's the last row, then we will change our direction from downward to upward. We will do this by direction equal to -1 into direction. Next, we will append the current character in appropriate inner array of zigzag 2D array. Now, we will change the value of row to row plus direction. After this, we will create the output array in results variable. We will do this by iterating through all the row in Zigzag 2D array and all the characters in the row, and we will append it in the results variable. Finally, we will return the results array as string by join operation. Now we will submit the solution. It got accepted. Let's do a complexity analysis of our code. The total time is O of n because we are iterating all the characters in input string s. Here the n is equal to length of s. The total space complexity is O of n because we are storing in variables zigzag and results. Thank you for watching this video and stay tuned.